In order for the Invisible Man to live a normal life, they poured glue all over his body, carefully spreading it across his face. Then, they used a hairdryer to speed up the drying process. Once the glue had hardened, they took a small knife to cut an opening where his mouth would be and made 2 holes where his eyes were. Just like that, a rough, makeshift human mask was created. They added a pair of sunglasses to finish the look. It wasn't pretty, but it was good enough to pass as a normal person. However, not long after, John, who was locked in the lab, began to grow increasingly agitated. One night, lying in bed with boredom, he kept thinking about how he could escape. As he was lying there, he noticed a thermal imaging camera in the corner of the room, and an idea suddenly sparked in his mind. He grabbed a videotape, changed the surveillance feed, and set the camera to endlessly loop footage of him lying in bed. And John managed to sneak out of the lab unnoticed. Back at home, John happened to look over at his neighbor's window and saw her changing clothes. But each time the moment got critical, she would close the curtains. As John stared at his reflection in the mirror, a wicked thought crossed his mind. Meanwhile, the woman had just finished her shower when the doorbell rang. She quickly walked over to the door and looked outside, but no one was there. She thought she might have imagined it, but just as she turned to walk away, the doorbell rang again. This time, she was puzzled and walked back to the door, pulling it open quickly. But as expected, there was no one in the hallway. What she didn't know, however, was that John, now invisible, had silently slipped into her house and was quietly making his way into the bathroom.